Dickey and said, we lost our farms, we got screwed over in this. They crafted legislation to help them, and who voted unanimously against the black farmers to get their stuff?
Black
Congressional Black Caucus. Why? Because they didn't want, they said this, they didn't want to the black farmers. They didn't want the Republicans to get credit for helping the black farmers and have that narrative. So they're willing to destroy the black farmer.
Are those
which
black
is
farmers Republicans now?
one is Eddie Slaughter says to me maybe 40 times, since we've met, any black person that votes for the Democratic Party is stuck on stupid. And I don't think Pigford has done anything to undermine that assessment.
So Shirley Sherrod, in a lot of ways, was kind of, once you pick, that was the scab that just opened everything up.
Did you have,
what they thought was I staggered the Acorn videos. I mean, this is my theory. I think it's pretty obvious when they start attacking me and bringing up Pigford in their media outlets, and people start saying this is about Pigford, is that they thought, okay, the week that we're about to try and get this stealth 1.15 billion buried in a bill, out of nowhere, the obscure Shirley Sherrod is now set up on a Monday in a video. They must have thought he knows something here and he's about to stagger this thing out and create a trap. Unfortunately, I've read the articles that say that I was brilliant to do this, but it wasn't true. I had no idea what Pigford was, and when I was getting hit upside the head and being told that you're getting sued by Shirley Sherrod and that you wish for black people to put into slavery, and it's just like, it's dizzying. And then all the mainstream media, which I haven't been particularly nice to, are playing along with that narrative because they want to destroy me, and I can't really talk because of the threat of a lawsuit. I'm starting to realize, wait, I want to go out there and defend myself. I want to start talking about this type of thing. And I realized that I had to be as strategic as humanly possible to wait for the exact moment in time that I could unleash this. And first of all, we issued a report 2 days before Barack Obama signed the deal. And then we started putting up the videos, including the Othello Cross, the lawyer saying that his own clients got away with murder, and Jimmy DeSmuke, the farmer, saying all you had to have was a potted plant to be able to say you were a farmer. And then we issued a Peter Schweitzer penned report. He works with us at Big, he's the editor of Big Piece, but he also is with the Hoover Institution. And so my research, along with Gary Hewson's research, we crafted this report. We put the report out Monday, I think it was December 6th. We put out video on December 6th, 7th, and 8th. On the 8th, Barack Obama signed it. If you are going to sign an historic black farmer settlement that reflects social justice and economic equality, which is what Barack Obama has stood for his entire life, why is it that the people who attended that event wrote on their own blogs, such as Gary Grant, one of the lead farmer advocate guys, why did Barack Obama hide us? Why were there no cameras here? Because he did not want to be exposed to this. He was in a catch-22 position. If he vetoed it, he was already being told by April Ryan of CNN that the litmus test between Barack Obama and the African American community is whether or not he signs Pigford. So he was in a catch-22. I'm going to have to sign it, or if I don't sign it, I'm going to be in trouble and I'm not going to be able to win the black vote. And so he chose to sign it, but in the cover of night on December 8th. Barack Obama, I guarantee you these people are not happy that Pigford is starting to emerge, because it's just an amazing can of worms that goes into so many aspects of our government. And I think who else is also worried about this are the class action attorneys, specifically Al Pires, who, if you think cinematically, he's like William Kunstler. He's a loathsome person. And we have affidavits that show from multiple workers within a Farm Service Agency loan office that he was able to get an employee of the USDA to rig hundreds of claims within the USDA. He paid her thousands of dollars, and he made tens of millions of dollars. Those are FBI affidavits. This was investigated in the year 2004, and it was killed for political purposes. So the house of cards that Pigford was crafted by Al Pires, an obnoxious white guy with long, gray, flowing William Kunstler hair. The black farmers hate him. They have an amazing malpractice suit against him. I guarantee you he's the villain in this. Another villain is the USDA. The USDA has been discriminating against small farmers and picking on the black farmers. They systemically try and gobble up farmland, and they put them into loans that they can't repay, and they basically terrorize the black farmers and force them into foreclosure and make them have to pay debts. So the black farmer's story is worse than I can possibly describe to you. The stress that these guys have gone through the last 12 years to be able to watch on television Barack Obama, the political class and the media class, sign a deal, talk about it as if black farmers have received their justice, finally, when they are the only ones who did not receive their justice. You find me a successful black farmer in this now $2.75 billion debacle. And if you think that you're not going to be able to stop the flow of the money, I think we can. Let's talk about the far-reaching ramifications if we don't stop Pigford now and investigate Pigford now. Keep Siegel versus Vilsack, Love versus Vilsack, Garcia versus Vilsack. That are the Native American farmer template. It's the template of Pigford that is now being brought by the same class action lawyers on behalf of Native American farmers, Hispanic farmers, and female farmers. And so John Boyd, the head of the National Black Farmers Association, who you've seen on CNN, wearing a straw hat. He's always out there with his mules, struggle in 40 acres. He's playing it up for the cameras. He doesn't represent anybody but himself and his own self-interest. He got a $500,000 grant from the USDA. He's getting paid money under the table from the class action lawyers. He's a capper. And the black farmers hate him. He's on TV calling people racist for drawing attention to this. So he has a website called the National Black Farmers Association, just him. He's the spokesperson. Well, what else does he have? He has the same template website for the National Women's Farmers Association. And this weekend, like last week and the weekend before that, he's paid by the class action lawyers to speak to try and sign women up for the women's farmers settlement. This is billions upon billions upon billions of dollars. Pigford is $2.75 billion. We've been paying attention to the Planned Parenthood thing, and Lila keeps repeating that every year that Planned Parenthood gets $300 million. Well, what's $2.75 billion? That's pretty close to 10 years worth of Planned Parenthood funding. It's a lot. You add on, if you don't scrutinize Pigford and tear it down, then you've got billions upon billions being added upon that for Native American farmers. This is a means that the Democratic Party is buying the votes of these constituencies. It's as cynical as it can get, and it's beyond provable.